The worth of something is determined by the amount someone is willing to pay for it. So, how much is one precious soul worth? Jesus said in Luke 15:7, I say to you that likewise there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 just persons who need no repentance. What was God willing to pay for our redemption? Well, it cost the blood of his darling son. What is a soul worth to the church? How valuable is the one who is lost? Jesus drives that point home in Luke 15 because the religious crowd despised them and thought sinners were only fit to fuel the fires of hell. Jesus responds with one parable that is comprised of three illustrations. The worth of a soul is seen in the devotion of the shepherd who seeks for one lost sheep. Listen to this in Luke chapter 15, verses 4 through 7. What man among you who has 100 sheep and loses one of them does not leave the 99 in the open field and go after the lost one until he finds it? When he's found it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders, and coming home, he calls his friends and neighbors together, saying to them, Rejoice with me, because I have found my lost sheep. I tell you, in the same way, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous people who need no repentance. One question is that if one is valuable, then aren't the 99 others valuable as well? Well, of course they are, but it's a matter of priorities. The others are safe and sheltered in the fold. They're cared for as well they should be. There is a crisis, however. One is lost and in desperate condition. It's not like a dog whose homing instincts might lead it back home. It's not a cat that could claw or climb a tree. It's not a horse that might gallop away. But we're talking about a hopeless, helpless lamb. Unless it is sought, it perishes. Now, that would be sad. The reality behind the story is far worse. For that sheep stands for the sinner, and death brings an eternity of despair. Therefore, the evangelizing of the lost must claim priority in every decision for the church. It is that urgent. It is the mission of Jesus. Luke 19:10, he said, For the Son of Man has come to seek and to save that which is lost. Now, is that our passion as well? The worth of the soul also is seen in the diligence of the woman in seeking for one lost coin. In verses 8 through 10 of Luke 14, Jesus said, Or what woman who has 10 silver coins, if she loses one coin, does not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? When she finds it, she calls her friends and neighbors together, saying, Rejoice with me, because I have found the silver coin I lost. I tell you, in the same way, there's joy in the presence of God's angels over one sinner who repents. Now, what effort does this woman go through to find the lost coin? She turns the house upside down. Why? Well, the coin was valuable, and she hoped recoverable. People mean so much to God. They should to us. We have to believe that our efforts can pay off. Diligence and perseverance are required. Jesus likened our work to fishing for men. Now, fish don't typically flop into your boat. You have to go after them. The success of our search is related to effort and endurance. Then the worth of the soul is seen in the compassion of the Father in forgiving one lost son. Verses 11 through 32 tell that familiar story of the prodigal son. Now, the first two stories we've talked about picture the devotion and diligence of a seeker. The seeker, of course, is not the sheep or the coin, but the shepherd and the sweeper. And having said that, there are others who will be rescued from sin only when they become weary of the high cost of low living, which that prodigal son did. You can and you should warn them, but many won't listen. That's when we wait and watch. In an attitude of compassion and the activity of intercession, always with a spirit of expectation that when the person has reached the bottom, they will seek a different life. This story is often referred to as the parable of the prodigal son. I've mentioned that already. It's very familiar to us. but it's more accurately called the story of the Father's heart. We shouldn't focus on the sins of the Son. That's what the elder brother did. But Jesus focused on the forgiveness of the Father. The party he threw was extravagant. The self-righteous, of course, reacted against reaching lost sinners. Where's my party? They wanted to know. And that's the self-centered concern. That's not the concern of the Father, and it ought not be the concern of the church. But rather, we need a compassion for those that are perishing. And oh, the joy when one lost soul is found.